Today I'm going to show you how to research audiences on Facebook. I have to research an audience for one of my pages, Smart Fun DIY, and I thought I would show you guys how I research audiences for DIY here on Facebook. Now this is using some of the strategies that I learned from Rachel Miller's Facebook Massive Growth Strategies class, and I will share an affiliate link to that course here in the description, and if the course is not open yet, the link will take you to a waitlist page. Make sure you sign up for that, and then it will take you to join her free Facebook group. The majority of this strategy is things that I learned in Rachel's course, and then just a few little tweaks for our DIYers. All right, so when you go to Audience Insights, it gives you an option to choose everyone on Facebook or some other options. I'm actually in the wrong ad account, so I'm going to go over to a different account so that I can make this audience in the right account. Now, it might look different for you guys because I'm using Business Manager. You don't need to have that turned on unless you're managing multiple pages, you need multiple pixels, you're running ads for other people. That's when I would use Business Manager. But I managed, 14 or 15 pages without Business Manager for a long time. It wasn't until this year that I really needed to start purchasing ads for other people. Okay, so you want to change the age here to, I like to start at about 24 up to about 54. You want people who have disposable income and who are willing to spend. So though a lot of crafters skew older, we want to make sure that we're targeting people who actually have money to spend and who are going to be active on Facebook. The older we get in our demographics, the less active they are probably going to be on Facebook. Now, on the lower end of the spectrum, sure, kids do lots of crafts, but they're not making purchasing decisions. They're probably not the people you want to be fans of your page. You want people who are buyers, who are active on Facebook, who will then share your content with their active buying friends. So that's who we're targeting. Now, I like to install the Pages Facebook Ads app on my phone, and I suggest that you do that because it will give you suggestions when you're doing ads, and it will tell you things like, this ad is cheaper for people aged 36 to 44. So then you can go in and adjust the age of your audience for that particular ad and get a better return on your investment. Facebook itself doesn't really give you those notifications. In the Ads Manager, you have to use the app to get those. All right, so we're also going to target women because it's craft. Men are typically a little more expensive to target, but we're going to target women also because they make crafts. And the next thing we're going to do is start typing in some interests. So I have a crochet post that's doing really well, and that's the ad that I want to run. However, my page is not about crochet, so I do not want to target crochet people because that doesn't necessarily mean they're crafters. And crochet and knitting people, they follow pages that do crochet and knitting. That doesn't mean they want to follow my page about paper crafts and making letter boards and all the crazy handmade stuff that I do. So I want to target crafters. I'm going to start typing in crafters, and I'm just going to find different interests. Sometimes I start with like Michael stores. Now, the first thing you want to do is get one interest in there. Then you're going to go over to activity. And from activity, you want to make sure that their posts liked. This is all the things they've done in the last 30 days. So on average, people in this 24 to 54-year-old women age group have liked 47 posts and shared 12 posts in the last 30 days. You want this post like to be at least 30 or more, so we're good there, and post shared to be at least 10 or more, so we're good there. Now you want to keep an eye on this as you keep adjusting this audience. Before we go any further, you can also check out their purchase habits. If you are an online seller, you want to make sure that these are people that are going to be buying stuff that you have, right? If you have a kit club for a subscription service, home and garden's only 13%. Households 42, sometimes that might be some craft stuff. You know, what kind of car do they have? They've got like pickup trucks and crossovers and SUVs. luxury SUVs, they definitely have families. You can click on household and you can see how much credit card activity they have. So they're a little bit more of them are using cash than the average Facebook user. But we're still pretty close to 50-50 here. So a lot of them still use credit cards. You don't want it to be where you've got like 80% cash and like 20% using credit cards. And I found audiences like that on Facebook. I think I was looking at like Primitive Living or something like that. Those people aren't going to be buying stuff from you online necessarily. They're not as likely to whip out their credit card. So to go back to activity, I'm going to add another craft store. Let's try Hobby Lobby. And my post share dropped a little bit. So if I take off Michael's, let's see how bad Hobby Lobby is. Hobby Lobby on its own isn't too bad. So let's put Michael's store back in there. Actually, Hobby Lobby is a little better than Michael's. I'm going to take that off. This is a really big audience, this Hobby Lobby audience. Now, I feel like this yarn post might actually interest my Hobby Lobby people because Hobby Lobby carries a lot of yarn. So does Joann's. Michael's, they have yarn, but it's not as much as I've seen in like Joann's and Hobby Lobby. And maybe that's different in your experience wherever you're at. But I would just keep playing around with this Joann stores to see what you get. So Joann store is still 49 and 12, so that's nice. This number here, the million, is really big. So when I go to make my ad, I'm going to narrow that some more, and I'll show you guys how I do that. So now that I have my audience, this is Hobby Lobby, Joann's, and I think I'm just going to go ahead and keep Michael's in there even though it drops it just a little bit because it's still well over my threshold. I'm going to go ahead and save this. And I like to save it as, it's not going to let me move it, but I'm going to call this Michael's, whoops. I'm just going to call it, yeah, Michael's, Joann, Hobby Lobby, females, 24 to 54. So then just looking at this audience name, I know that it's exactly what it's about. It's about people who like Michael's, Joann's, Hobby Lobby, females, 24 to 54. So I'm going to go ahead and save that. Now, once that audience is saved, I can go and make an ad. So I'm going to go up here and create an ad. Use ad creation tool. And what we want is an engagement ad. So I'm going to click on that. And I like to call the campaign, usually I just do one campaign a month, but so I'll have like all my September, all my October, November, etc. posts. But for this one, just to keep it simple, I'm just going to call it Crochet Shark Socks, because that's what it is. Continue. I copy the name so that I can name the ad set the same thing because I don't know what US women blah 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 means. So because I clicked create an ad right there from the audience insight tool, it just pulled that audience in. But I can also click here to go ahead and pull that in. Now I want to edit this and I'm going to save it as a new audience. At the bottom here you have a couple updates. So this reach of 2 million is really too high. I want it to be about 100,000. So, you know, as low as like 90 and maybe as high as like 120. So I've got to narrow things. Now, because my page has a good amount of likes on it, I'm going to click pages and friends of people who like my page. And I'm going to type in the name of the page. So let's see how that puts me at 160. So that's really good. I could put here also that I want to narrow my audience in another way. So the way these boxes work is they have to fit one of these and one of these. If you did excluding, that would be stuff for like, I would put people like giveaways, freebies, that kind of thing in there. So for my and, I want to do people who also, maybe they like babies, cute babies. I don't know how active cute babies people is though. Okay, so that's 20 people. So that's just way too far off. You can monkey with this a lot. I feel pretty good about the 160,000 though. So I think I'm gonna go with that because these are definitely my people. They're friends of people who like my page. So I'm gonna go ahead and click save as new. It's gonna ask me to change the name. And so on that, I'm just gonna say, FOF SFD. So I know it's friends of likes for my Smart Fun DIY page. I probably should have changed the name from copy, but that's okay. All right, so now I'm going to go edit placements, and this is all stuff that you can learn in that Moolah course, how to do this, and why we're not doing certain types of ads. But for the purpose of this one, I just want it to go in the feed. I'm just going to do $2 a day. I don't like to run it continuously because I feel like people get like out of control, or Facebook gets out of control. It'll just keep going and going and going, and then I want to be checking this every day to see how it's performing, and then from there adjust my audience or adjust my my budget, or just turn the ad off, or I can change my caption, or if it's not getting the reaction that I want, I could start changing it. But in order to put money on it, first I make sure that it's in a post that is doing well. Sometimes this drop down is taking a little while to start. It takes a little bit to populate. Now what happens if, I've got a lot of stuff in here, I gotta try to find the post. What happens if you can't get it to drop down in here? So this is the post. You can enter the post ID. So I'm gonna show you how to find that right now. So we're gonna go to Facebook, and I'm gonna go to that page, and I'm going to find that post. When you have a post that's doing well and you're posting pretty often, I like to go here to the notifications because I can find the post a little easier by just looking at what people have commented on recently. And then click the permalink to open that in a new window. And up at the top is a permalink, and you guys can't see it because of the way that my screen is recording, but up in the top in the permalink, there's a series of numbers. So this one says facebook.com/smartfundiy/photos, blah, 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 /, and then it starts this long, like, I don't know, 15-digit number. That's the post ID. So you could copy that. So I'm going to copy that. And you could go over here to Ads Manager, and I'll say enter post ID. I'm going to click that and click submit. And sometimes it'll say, do you mean this other one? Facebook's glitchy sometimes, so it might be doing this wrong. Okay, there we go. So it's still the tiny sharks. I had to put that in there, but it's the same post. So that's how you find the post ID. Once you've done that, we don't need to track the pixel. That's the wrong pixel. Then we can go ahead and approve the ad. So it's on this page, it's this post, and just click confirm, and now the ad is confirmed. And it's going to take about 24 hours for it to be approved. So there's the page likes tab, which means everybody who likes these pages, who's in this age range, that's women on Facebook, also like these pages. It means the vast majority of them like these pages. So this can give you some insight as to who these people are. They're parents, they like saving money, right? Another coupon. Crock-Pot, they're busy, another Crock-Pot one. Disney Junior, that means they have kids. Hallmark Channel, they're sentimental. The stores they like are Home Goods, Joann's, Hobby Lobby, so they're trying to make their house look beautiful. They love Joanna Gaines, Michael's, American Girl, so they're buying things for their kids. How Does She? So I would use like How Does She, or some of these other sites like All Recipes, etc., as places, Pioneer Woman, places where you could go find content to share to your page because your people are interested in this. So that's going to help them also to identify and connect with your page, because they'll see something that they recognize and say, oh my gosh, I feel like I fit here because they're sharing something from Pier 1 or whatever. As long as that fits what your page is about. The other place that you can look at, there's all these tabs here. You can really dig in here and look at a lot of stuff. But one of the things that I like is Facebook has these axiom like descriptions for the different groups, and this is kind of how they're self-described. So the majority of this group is country comfort. They're rural, white collar and blue collar families. Some are self-employed, mixed age children, and they're 16th in household income. High percentage of working women. So value, convenience is very important to these people. So it gives you some insights as to, okay, if this is my target audience, what kinds of stuff is important to them? And then that will help you figure out, okay, what kind of stuff should I be posting that they're going to be excited to like, comment, and share. So I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, put them down in the comment section of the video, and I hope to see you in the Facebook Massive Growth Strategies class the next time it's open.